Hey, Terrence. Come on in the room. Tell me who's in the room and where you from. What set you claim? Hey, Jay. Hey, Tanisha. Happy Monday. Terrence, we just got finished eating, honey. It's a wrap over here. You ain't been in our house in forever, Terrence, so I ain't studying you. Babe, Terrence told me he coming over to eat.
Who?
T.O.
Oh. Missed the food, buddy.
Your brother said you missed the food.
Nothing left but grind.
Hey, Rena from Memphis. Good afternoon from from Stewart, Florida. That's down the street from us. Ain't Stewart, Florida close?
Not necessarily that close, but
I'm trying to get us live on Instagram in the words of my husband.
Instagram.
I don't took a picture, Lord. I'm telling him everything. He said he don't get invites anymore. Terrence, you're welcome. Like the church people say, welcome. Welcome once, welcome twice, welcome. Terrence, this is water though. It's not Kool-Aid. You know you're gonna talk junk. We don't drink that anymore.
Hey, I don't get invites. I live here. But you can have my invite.
He talking about he don't get invites and he live here. So take a moment as you come in the room, hit that little share button on the left hand side so we give people the time to oh Lord, to get on in here. Ouch. So this is March the 6th, and
How about anything?
do we have to fight by this every week?
Yep.
Ow, you just elbowed me.
Who?
You?
Mm-hmm.
Baby, stop. I can't stand you.
Did you catch me on camera?
Yes.
No, you
Ouch.
didn't. I ain't moved.
Hey, T-Berry. So, it has been...
So?
March is Lent. And...
You got Lent?
What you typically do for Lent is give up something that you like or care about for Lent in hopes that you would be more connected or closer to God. So for Lent, my children and I decided something. This guy have still not chosen anything, and it's a 6th stand. But I gave up chocolate.
I did.
So I don't know if you know how important that is for me, but I eat something chocolate every day, if not twice a day. He said he gave up sex for Lent.
I haven't had the sex yet in March.
Yes, you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't. I wasn't there. It wasn't me.
He said he gave up sex in March when we had sex in March.
No, he didn't. That was a side piece. That wasn't me.
Oh, my Lord. T-Bear, why you laughing at him? You know what? You giving up Facebook? All right. Hey, Ashley. All right, so this is a month of Lent. Month of March, and we are taking part with Lent. So trying to ask what's important to you that you can give up for an entire month. My daughter was giving up chocolate because she's a chocoholic like me, but it didn't last. I found out through somebody else that she ate chocolate at the fair. Did not tell me. My other daughter, who loves bread more than life, had a hamburger. You know, I don't know if you know, but hamburgers usually have bread on it. She ate bread.
Top and bottom.
So lately, the people that are around me have failed. They have failed a lot.
What's up, Joseph? Let's say Tamika in the house.
Said every time he dumb. Somebody he gave up sex.
I did.
Okay.
Obviously, I ain't had it.
You know what?
I might as well have gave it up.
Okay. I've been coming home really late. I never tell my husband no, but he ain't asked for it, so I ain't said.
Why you gotta say
listen, because
that means you feeling some type of way.
First of all, give honor to God who's first in my life. Pastor the first lady, I want to tell him he tried me. But on the real, I'm giving up arguing. Oh. Are you an arguer normally?
That's a good thing to give up.
Yeah, it don't get you nowhere, but frustrating. Where is this thing at?
Is that my problem? I was arguing. So I got the no sex?
Stop telling people that stuff, boy.
I having the sex.
All right. Trying to give everybody time. I haven't chosen anything either. Well, listen, it's the 6th day. You missed out on. We also decided, me and my children, because my husband said he grown, I can't make him do anything, but I would love for him to participate. Well, we have to do 30 minutes of exercise daily. I had fallen off my exercise wagon.
And mine was I want to do the sex for my 30-minute exercise every day.
When exercise been 30? When sex been 30 minutes?
I've been blocked on all fronts.
When has sex ever been 30 minutes?
It was going to be for Lent. To have a pocket full of Lent. 30 minutes of the sex is my cardiovascular workout.
I can't stand him. Cedric, stop. That's his old face. Oh my God. Terrence, do not encourage Mr. Thomas. So, that being said, it's good to sacrifice something that you care about to put God in place of that so you can focus more on God. Fried foods. Ooh, Jay, I don't know about that one. But fried foods, Jesus, take the wheel. Can I bite or fry a piece of your fried chicken?
Oh, she want to bite somebody else fried chicken.
Oh, you look, they got it in their hand. You be like, can I have a little piece? For my wife and kids, I give up cigarettes. Now, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good. Real good.
Yeah, you know, that's what I've been talking to my husband about is our health. Because, you know, you look at longevity of life and things like that. It's good when you look at things that are just for your family. So that's always a good thing. But I encourage people to give up something for Lent and spend more time with God. You know, not just to give up Lent just to say you're giving it up.
Can I give up work for Lent?
No, you can't give up work for Lent, baby. No.
Leave it.
Don't you give up nothing that got to do with these bills.
Hmm?
Can you pay my bills?
But just for Lent.
Can you pay my telephone bill? Nope, because it ain't work. No. So, take a moment. Let me do this real quick. But yeah, we going to talk tonight about love languages. Do you know yours? I gotta move this a little bit. Sorry. Do you know your love language? I'm trying to tell people we're on. Do you know your love language? Do you know your spouse's love language? So you can write that in the comments. Do you know your love language? Is the first question.
I used to know it. I don't remember what it was.
No, you don't know your love language. That's important, T-Bear. You gotta know your love language. That plays a big part in, you know, how you do what you do, why you respond the way you do, what you need, when you feel like you're missing things. Because, okay, Red says she know her love language. Lord, is that little Jesus up on high?
What it is?
I don't know mine. You don't know yours or your spouse's? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, T-Berry been married forever.
Right. So I'm going to have to put a link for you to take the test where you can learn your spouse. Well, it's important for you to know yours because that plays a big part. Because, like, for most men... Okay, so I'm going to read what they are.
You got to finish doing the thing.
I couldn't see. I had to move it back. Sorry. Oh, Lord, I'm tearing up stuff. All right.
Yeah, we got to get us a studio.
Right, this don't work. All right. So, there's 5 different love languages. Okay, so the first one is words of affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Action don't always speak louder than words. If this is your love language, unsolicited compliments means the world to you. Hearing the words, I love you, are important. Hearing the reasons behind that love sends your spirits skyward. Insults can leave you shattered and not easily forgotten. So, I don't know if you know that, if yours is words of affirmation, but if it's important for you to hear feedback, I guess I would say, like, you know, you're doing a good job, I love you, you're important to me, And not everybody wants to hear it, but I'm saying if you need it, like
your next breath.
Yeah.
But every woman is words of affirmation to a certain degree.
No, when it's your love language, that can make or break. Like a woman can feel like she's, if that was my love language, then I can feel like you don't love me because you're not telling me. Even if you're giving me the world, you could be buying me all these gifts and, touching me, caressing me, and I can feel like I'm not important to you because you don't say the right things. That's why we struggle. What we struggle is you don't tell me, you don't affirm me.
That's not your love language.
That is, some people, okay, now let me say this. Some people have multiple love languages, and I do. I know words of affirmation. One is one of mine. Love the 5 language book. Right. There is a book about the 5 love languages that is always good. But there's a few tests, but there's a test that you need to know what your love language is, and it is.
Take.
What did I say?
You said there's a test. And then you went on.
Look. You're not gonna do this tonight.
Take the test to find out what your love language is.
Why is he correcting me? Huh?
It's my job.
Littles, help me, because I'm finna slap him. Alright, so Vicky said, okay, love language. Hey Florence, good evening. Alright, so the next one is quality time. You wanna do quality time?
That's real look. Quality time, in the vernacular of quality time, nothing says I love you like full, undivided attention. Being there for this type of person is critical. But really being there with the TV off, fork and knife down, and all chores and tasks on standby makes your significant other feel truly special in love. Distractions, postponed dates, or the failure to listen can be especially hurtful.
So, you know how we were talking about I think it was last, we were talking about...
That's my love language. Quality time.
That boy says that's his love language. That's not his love language at all. He look, you talking to him, you have to like, put that phone down. And not that he playing on social media. He playing a game or he on eBay. That's his life. So, if what makes you tick is getting to spend time with your spouse, then that's your love language. I mean, if that's like the world to you, you ain't got to do nothing else for me, but that is the world to you, that's what it is. All right, so the next one is receiving gifts. Don't mistake this love language for materialism. The receiver of gifts thrives on the love, thoughtfulness, and effort behind the gift. If you speak this language, the perfect gift or gesture shows that you are known, you are cared for, and you are prized above whatever was sacrificed to bring the gift to you. A missed birthday, anniversary, or a hasty, thoughtless gift would be disastrous. So would the absence of everyday gestures. My husband's...
but that's not my love language, because there's been plenty of birthdays and Christmas.
Baby, we did this test, and yours was that. But you didn't get stuff for a certain time because we was broke. Your love language we was on 0, and you don't want cheap stuff. Your stuff costs more than the house.
All right, now I settle for the sex.
You settle for the sex? Oh my God, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. So
I might take that test again. I don't know about that.
So words of affirmation, quality time, and receiving gifts. Yes, quality time. Joseph said his is quality time. So has anybody heard theirs yet? Words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts. So next we go to acts of service.
Yeah, hold that for me. Can vacuuming the floors really be an expression of love? Absolutely. Anything you do to ease the burden of responsibilities weighing on an acts of service person will speak volumes. The words he or she most want to hear, let me do that for you. Laziness, broken commitments, and making more work for them tell speakers of this language their feelings don't matter.
Well, this is a different type of definition. Like, this is summary. Somebody else summarized it. Because the way this feels, I'm about to feel like all of mine.
All of it is, I told you everything.
What? Really, whatever. Mine is definitely quality time. Okay. Or it's because I get my wife gifts. Okay. So the last one is physical touch.
That's mine.
Well, shut up, Cedric. That is not yours. Really? This language isn't all about the bedroom or the sex. A person whose primary language is physical touch is not surprisingly very touchy. Hugs, pats on the backs, holding hands, and thoughtful touches on the arm, shoulder, or face. What is this nut doing? They can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love. Physical presence and accessibility are crucial, while neglect or abuse can be unforgivable and destructive.
Yeah, I'm tired of you.
Whatever.
Neglecting and
Did
abusing.
she say? What she said?
Did she say that? I don't know. That's probably something you said earlier.
About the sex?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it said now, the sex. So, I remember when we took this test, let me screenshot this thing, that, oh Jesus, I messed up, that I know specifically I had multiple, but
all of them?
all of them, and let me see if I can take this. See if we can take this test.
How long do it take this?
It don't take but a minute.
Earl say neglect can get you cut.
Yes, you know. I remember. Let me see.
You remember what? What you remember?
I remember that I used to think I would try to do stuff for him, and I thought that was, and he didn't respond the way I thought he should, but.
Well, what stuff was you trying to do?
But I realized that what I was trying to do wasn't your love language.
I know you were trying to force your identity on me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And that's inappropriate.
I was trying to force it on you, baby?
Mm-hmm. But you learned. You've come such a long way. I'm so proud of you.
I can't do that. So, has anybody heard which one was their love language? And why is it important? I know T-Bear, you say you don't know yours or your husband's, but why is it important to know your and do this while we're doing this quick. Why do you think it's important? Because I've been told I was number one. Yeah.
Nah, I want to know my name.
He's so extra. It's important to know because it's like if you know what makes your spouse tick, then you know what to do not to. Like if it was something that you did that drive your husband crazy, if you continue to do that, you wonder why we're in the same rut and we can't get out of him and he mad all the time. But if you don't know, if you don't spend time, if you don't invest, then you don't know what it is that's causing, them to be, in the funk they're in. So you got to know them in order to know how to deal with them. My husband is totally different than mine. Therefore, we will work at it. But, usually you are different, though. Like, we are night and day with ours. Because I'm not a gifts person, and that's him. I am a little bit of a bunch of different things. I know mine was quality time. No, let me see. What was the first one? Affirmation?
Yeah, affirmation.
Words of affirmation. Because I used to say, you didn't tell me, I wanted to hear from him that he thought that I was a good wife or that I improved in areas that I needed to improve upon or that, he enjoyed the dinner that I made. Things like that. That meant the world to me. He'd be like, man, why you need He's getting his skin because I'm thinking like, you should just readily tell me that, babe, that was a good meal or, thank you for doing this for me or thank you for folding up these clothes or thank you this. And I wanted to know that he felt that I was good in those different areas. Because, we tell you all the time you should get a report card. Hey, Lavette. That you should get a report card from your spouse. No one is ever perfect, but you need to ask, hey, is there something that I need to improve upon? And how am I doing as being a wife or a husband? And then when they tell you, you have to be prepared for the answer. But if they tell you an answer and you don't like it, go in the corner and breathe for a minute and work on that. But then, later on, you need to ask, hey, how am I doing? Have I gotten any better? Because I remember one time I asked him, I was like, hey, I gotten better. He was like, not really. hurt my little heart. I thought I'd been trying. But that's because I was trying what I thought. I didn't realize what he needed from me. And so it was a little bit difficult to give him what he needed if I didn't know what he needed. That's about being intimate and knowing your spouse. We so busy working and doing a bunch of other stuff. And like, especially if you got a woman that's in control at her job, it's hard to switch off and be under someone's authority when you come home. I guess that's the right. Is that the right wording?
Okay.
You ain't finished your test yet?
There's a lot of questions.
Why he take all this time to answer all these questions? He get on my nerves. He take it forever. And why look at his face? Your face in the shot look real sad and mad.
I don't like either one of the answers.
When I speak to my wife in a tone that makes her melt, it doesn't involve sex, but it makes her feel a certain type of way. And you know, that's the thing, Joseph. That means that you spent enough time with her to know what things trigger her to get aroused, what things trigger her to, you know, if you can just be treated so well that there's nothing I wouldn't do for him. I'm going to go and do this and do extra stuff just because he's treated you so well. And so it is very important that in those times that we, you know, take time to know each other. I lost train of thought. Take time to know each other so that, you know, when you can look at them and see something right. And, you know, if your wife or your husband been in a funk for a little while, because everybody get in these funks where, you know, they just kind of like not really excited, kind of sad or kind of whatever, or just kind of in a little funky place, then that's when you know them enough to know what it is. Okay, so I'm trying to see what his this boy to my. Okay, so it says that he scored a 10 on acts of service. He scored an 8 on receiving gifts. He scored a 6 on quality time. He scored a 3 on physical touch and a 3 on words of affirmation. Now, we took this before, and he was like 100% gifts. So he probably tried to fix this right here.
No, I didn't.
War Room. Now, I don't know who this person is, but War Room is definitely... Has everybody seen War Room?
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw it?
I saw it. I synced it.
I'm going.
I also like Men of Valor from the same producers of War Room.
What about Courageous? Isn't that by the same one?
Yeah, all
and
three of
Facing the
those.
Giants. I know people typically...
Facing the Giants, I wasn't really that big. It was all right, but Men of Valor and Courageous, I like.
I don't know if I
Facing
saw
the
Men
Giants
of
was all
Valor.
right. That's about the Army guys. They were in the Army doing some stuff. Courageous was the police one, and then Facing Giants was the football team. That one was all right, but I don't really... That's not my favorite.
Well, War Room is something that I don't know anybody that's watched that movie didn't feel like they needed to pray more and that they need to stand their face before God more and they need to cover their spouse more and stop complaining and go to God and watch God change things. I mean, we talk about prayer, but until you're ready to...
They were praying in the movie theater.
I mean, in the movie theater, people was praying. But it make you want to just go, you know, you just want to start worshiping. I was like, do they have ushers on duty? Because I'm about to do some flips down the stairs and I'm probably going to miss a couple steps. So I need somebody on duty. Hey, Jasmine. Nikki, every couple should see War Room. Yes. But what happens is people label it as a Christian movie. And while it is a Christian movie, every couple need to see War Room.
Not every,
that need to be
anybody.
Right. Because, you know, you praying, people wait till you don't wait till you get married to pray for your marriage. You don't wait till you get married to pray to be a good wife or a good husband. You need to work on that stuff ahead of time so that, like, you can be an excellent single person. You can be whole and complete. But when you turn and get married, there's a whole other level that come with that.
Well, it's just like being a doctor. You don't just one day say I'm going to be a doctor and start practicing being a doctor. You go to school and you preparing yourself the whole time to be a doctor by practicing on cadavers and things of that nature.
Cadavers?
Yeah, it's just a dead person.
I know, but that sounds nasty.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he did that stuff. That's disgusting. Yes, put it in action. Prayer changes things. You know, right. It's an awesome movie. It said Men of Valor is a must for a military members collection. Okay, but I'm telling you, I believe we saw War Room, but you know, the other day I felt like we need to start watching that. And I'm not saying like watch it every night, but like watch it once a month, because I'm telling you, something about renewing your faith that regardless of where you are in your circumstances, in your family situation, that God can turn those things around.
You can.
And
I know that you really identified with the lady that was in it because her feet smell like yours. And God turned that thing around where your feet ain't stinking no more.
How do you mess up this spiritual moment with some stank feet?
I'm saying there's some parallels between what you got going on and the lady in the movie.
Yeah,
she got a close relationship with her husband. You got a close relationship with her husband. Her feet stop stinking. Your feet stop stinking.
Her husband was acting stupid, mine was acting stupid, but God blocked it.
Well, it was mostly just you, but yeah. There was a small bit of culpability on my part.
He's talking about this band love hip hop. You know what? I tell you, our house is nothing but
Hey, Earl, them feet they were possessed of the devil. She had a smelling demon in her feet.
My husband said the same thing to me. Wash them with hard. Right. Don't let him do me like that.
That smelling demon in them foots.
Well, can you talk about something that was positive about the movie, but besides that silly mess you talking about now?
Baby, there's always hope. Even if you are a woman that's not doing what you're supposed to do and you got stink feet, the Lord can turn it around.
You know what? I'm going to give you my toes to suck right now.
Don't.
I just got finished working that.
Girl, if you don't put Lord. I just got weak in my spirit.
Oh, God. God. Wait. I got cramp in my leg.
Now what you get?
Okay. Woo. That's what happens when you ain't got no business doing some stuff. You see? Woo. The spirit of that. Shut up.
Yeah.
I got my own water right here.
You prepared. I got the electrolytes in it.
Oh my God. That is not nice. That cramp caused that thing sat down in my spirit.
Drink, eat all of it. No, what happened was this leg was trying to get away from the spank on that foot. And it locked up.
Is you gonna talk about something other than me?
The movie is awesome. And your results of you after the movie was awesome. You got in your closet and you got to praying even more than you did before. You prayed like Easter and Christmas before. Thanksgiving for the food.
And this somebody that love me talking about me. You hear me?
But now, she prayed like twice a week almost.
Really?
I'm just kidding. She did pray a lot more. Still pray a lot more. But it's more than just the amount of prayer, but how you pray. And,
right.
And the structure of the prayer instead of always just asking for stuff.
Right. And it's sometimes me and my children pray in the car on the way to school in the morning. And, I noticed that they be like, everybody would pray and they're like, dear Lord, help me to have a good day. Da, da, da. And I said, listen, we always asking God for stuff. Say thank you. Right. There's so many things that we can be thankful for. Right. Yes, your life may not be the way you want it to be. Your marriage may not be where you want it to be. Your finances may not be where you want it to be. Well, you know what, Lord? I thank you. I am not homeless.
It can always be worse.
I don't have a husband that's staying out all night. I don't have a wife that's hoeing around. I don't have kids that's out there doing X, Y, Z. Whatever your situation is, it could be much worse. And so you got to realize that be thankful. If you just take one prayer and just spend the whole prayer thanking God for things that you have. And it may take some thought, but if you start thanking for your job, you might even like your job, but thank you, God, for my job. Thank you, God, for, allowing me to see another day. Lord, thank you for being in my right mind. Thank you, Lord, for a spouse that loves me. Thank you. When you start to thank God for things, it's hard to be negative and complain if you're thanking God at the same time. They don't go together.
And not only that, if you're going to ask for something, you need to be specific about stuff and not just generalize ideas.
Okay, so she said, I guess after 12 years, I don't know why my husband...
I don't know my husband.
Oh.
Because he told me he was, I think, supposed to be never happy. So why did he marry me? I asked, then he up and left.
Well, this is the thing. Those progress reports we talked about, people don't... The main problem with marriage is people don't learn how to communicate.
Right.
So...
Well, communicate about...
Well, they don't learn how to communicate, period. So, if I know how to learn how to communicate with you, then I can communicate the bad, the not so pleasant stuff.
I'm saying, but normally people talk about good stuff.
They don't, though. They actually don't.
Like, hey, I won $1 million.
No, because I don't feel like we're a team, so I'm going to hold it. I'm going to try to keep it put in a separate bank account. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that's a lot of times. It's a lot of people that's like, I don't, like, people say their parents taught them to keep some kind of something, in the case of emergency, because, you know, men do this and men do that, or women do this, so they tend to not see it as we won something, but you won or I won. And if I tell you I won $5,000, I might have won $50,000, but I'm gonna keep some because I don't want you to, you know, take all my money or start tripping or whatever.
Right. Or I don't know what that is. Millennium. How do you get past your disagreements?
Okay. Well, first of all, you gotta talk about them. They don't just go away, and that's what we tend to do when we get into a disagreement with our spouse. We kind of just think it's gonna magically disappear. It don't disappear. I mean, and if it does, some kind of way it comes back. You know, like
not disappear, but what happens is if there's no resolution, then it will recirculate.
Ooh, recirculate.
Yes.
So, you know, the thing about it is that getting past your disagreements, like we can agree to disagree. There's several things that Ced and I don't agree upon. And I don't know if you noticed, but okay, so we've done studies for a lot of the conference and stuff, but a lot of times when we come on Facebook Live, we may have a topic, but we didn't
go over all the answers.
Go over the answers. Like we have different things that we feel on certain topics. We have the basics that are the same, but we have different things and that's how men and women are. They're not gonna be whatever he say, whatever she say. We do the same thing, whatever you like. That's not real life. And so that's why
that's just not a men and women thing. That's a background thing. How you were raised, your life experiences. Everybody looks at things different ways.
Right. But we don't usually take that stuff into consideration. You know, somebody from a 2-parent home might respond different than somebody from a single mother's home. Somebody that's a single child might be different than somebody with multiple children. You know, just
somebody with pimping in their fluids.
With what? Pimping in their fluids? Mm-hmm. Who got pimping in their fluids?
From a long line of pimps.
You from what?
My granddaddy was a pimp, so the story goes.
Why is he taking our thing down the street? Okay, so right communication is a lack in lots of relationships.
That's correct.
I would say majority of marriages fail because of lack of communication.
And then other things are outcroppings of that. They're symptoms and not the cause.
Oh, and Facebook, if you would, on the left-hand side, if you would share this to your timeline, get people to join in. You know, we haven't been doing much we got to do better with sending out our invites and our requests. We have not been. We just kind of been doing what we do. So on the left-hand side at the bottom, if you would hit share and share it to your page so people can join in. And even if they don't join now, they can watch it later. We greatly appreciate it.
Joseph says, I thank God for my wife. She's special. Not all women are special, no disrespect, but there's things that she has done no other woman has done, and so I place her up and beyond. And that's true. When you find that special one, you got to put a ring on it.
But then that's the thing, though. That's what makes that's how you know that's her.
Right. So there's a lot of substitute teachers out there.
And that's why, Joseph, it's important that we don't get sidetracked with things that look good when times are hard. Because you're going to have hard times in your relationship, in your marriage. And in those hard times, the devil will have just what you like pass by you. The devil will have just what you like working by you. Devil will have just what you like, where at the same
Inboxing
bang,
you.
inboxing you, everything.
DM, all that stuff.
Go down in your DM. And then you get with that other person and realize, man,
It's a mess.
this was spray painted grass, not even
Spray painted poop, green.
right. And you can't undo it.
T. Berry say they always turn into an argument. What are you referring to, T. Berry?
Yeah, because I see somebody else said, how do you get past the disagreement? Do you think your husband and wife should tell you
every move?
Oh God, this is one of these topics that my husband and I are gonna be on. Not necessarily different pages, but we are not your every move. But I think that you should be more forthcoming with, like if you so you like, babe, when I leave work, I'm going by the store. Now, if you stop by another store or whatever, because you know your wife or your husband or whoever's preparing dinner, getting the kids, so gives you a general idea. I don't think that you should just get out of work and just be gone for hours and then don't say anything. I think that that's a part of teamwork.
Well, I agree and I disagree. It depends on the relationship and the status of the relationship. So there are some relationships where there's no trust, so you definitely can't go missing for hours at a time.
True.
And also depends on intent. If I'm intentionally not telling you because I have some other motives in mind, I think that plays a part as well. But I don't, inherently there's nothing wrong with telling your spouse what you got going on. I just don't feel like you have to report every single thing that you do. Like, okay, I'm passing the store. Okay, I'm turning the store. Oh, I gotta get some gas. I'm gonna get some gas. Okay, now I'm getting some milk.
Right, and I don't think,
Okay.
but again, I think that's about motive.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If your motives are pure and there's no reason for any type of mistrust.
That's what I say, but what we have though is a lot of times people.
Can't breathe.
A lot of times you have somebody has been unfaithful, or there's been some infidelity, and
I'm tired of you cheating on me.
now I don't trust you anymore. So now I want to know your every move, because last time you was cheating, that's when I thought you was working or you were whatever. So
that's a different situation though. So if you want that relationship to work, then you got to deal with that.
if you're the offender,
Right.
but sometimes women come or men come to a relationship damaged and insecure.
Right. That's a different situation. Then you have to try to work with them to help them to assure them that.
Well, but you also need to get them, kind of push them to get some kind of help, because
That's what I'm saying. Along with that,
what you saying, honey? I don't know what you're saying.
you have to help them, assure them, ease their mind. But at some point, they have to deal with that, whatever causing them to mistrust or whatever. You just can't bend all the way over because they feel like you got something going on whenever you don't answer the phone on the first ring.
Right. Well, and like, okay, so on another side, I know I had an issue with that because my brother died in a motorcycle accident, and that that Sunday night and that Monday, he always like reply back to text or to call, email, and he didn't do either. And so I'm messing with him like, hey, you tripping, joking back and forth. And I had this horrible feeling, but I didn't know what it was. At the time, I had lost my wedding ring, so I thought it was because of that. Because I was, well, I didn't lose it, somebody stole it, but regardless. And so it wasn't until I found out that the reason my brother didn't call me back because he was dead. So after then, I became retarded with it.
Paranoid.
I was paranoid to look, because when he didn't answer the phone, I just automatically think it's something happening to him. Now, my husband is notorious for leaving the phone anywhere. Like, if he home, he can be in the room with me, the phone out here. He can be in the room, the phone be in the room, he out here. It's just like he don't, and it's a good thing that he's not connected to the phone, but then it led to a level of paranoia. So he understood. It took a little while. We actually had to talk about this in counseling, because I was like, look, I'm automatically going to the worst because of what just happened to my brother. So it took me a little while And he had to grow too, because he could have just said, I ain't got to change what I'm doing because you all paranoid and tripping. But he understood that I had something devastating happen to me. I didn't want something to happen to him. Why are you looking up in his face? Why he smiling?
I'm just soaking up the game. T-Bear said, if trust needs to be built or restored, disagreements is what she was talking about. Vicky said, I love this. What you are sharing is truth. Church.
Well, you know, there is a thing that we saw that this young lady was having a conference, and it was called
I don't remember.
Single, Saved, and Still Wanting Sex.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, she got a lot of backlash, and I think they successfully shut it down.
They did.
And actually, it's so funny because my cousin TJ is the one that tagged me in it, and some pastors shut her down. But I'm thinking, like, if we had more honesty and transparency in the church, you wouldn't have so many people not in the church or in the church hurting like they are.
Or like the dude said, more kids in children's church than members.
Because, you know, if they are struggling with wanting sex and they're single, then they was like, people tell them to read the Bible, take a cold shower, or pray. Yeah, you can read the Bible and still be horny. You could pray and still be horny.
Especially if you read Song of Solomon. And
you could take a cold shower and still be horny. The problem is,
we just wet and horny now.
With pneumonia.
Yeah, with pneumonia.
But, you know, the issue is, in that situation, it's not that prayer doesn't work. We just told you prayer works. But what we want you to see is that our whole ministry started with being, we like practical application. We know the Bible. I'm a PK. He been in church all his life too. So, you know, we know the Bible, but when you marry and you can't stand them, or they getting on your nerves and this ain't going right, and you don't understand how to be submissive. Submissive to what? He ain't nothing to be submissive to. You be crunk for what? And then you're out here divorced and wonder how everything is.
Right, the first thing you gotta do is stop pulling the air.
Shut up. He talking about when girls be just pulling their air.
That's the first thing.
But I looked her up. She's the author, and she has multiple books. But I actually think that, I don't know what her motive and what way she was going to go with it. But the truth is, you know, when they talk about that kind of stuff, like her conference could have been telling you other ways to
deal with the problem.
To deal with the problem, other than just giving you the take a cold shower, pray, and read the Bible. Not that you don't read those things.
Or number 4, give it away.
No, that's...
Because when them 3 things don't happen, number 4 is only what come next.
Help him, Lord. But truthfully, what I want you to know is that we have to be helpers one of another. And, you know, this what I'm getting ready to say applies to marriage as well. You have to be careful of what you feed your spirit. I'm not saying listen to all gospel. I'm not saying listen to all anything, listen to sermons all the time. But what I do know is that if you surround yourself with the presence of God, and that could be listening to gospel music, it could be positive people, not just thug, rap, hip-hop. I'm not saying hip-hop is wrong, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, if you're people that's negative and fussing and fighting and cussing all the time, then, you know, like, if you are single, you shouldn't be just sitting listening to love songs all the time, because it's going to make you horny. That's what it's designed to do. It's designed to make you want to be in love, to feel in love. It want to release all these endorphins and do all this crazy stuff. Well, you might not want to be listening to that. You might not want to watch a show about sex. You might not want to watch a movie that everybody's scrumping in the movie.
50 Shades, don't do it.
Yeah, don't watch. I don't know about no 50 Shades. I ain't watched that stupid movie. I can make my own shades.
It's like 2 teenage white boys in it now.
Is it okay to have opposite sex friends when you're married? We did a whole show about that.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
All the shows on YouTube.
No, all of them not. Some of them still stuck in my phone like this.
Well, my wife she's going to be a good steward and make sure they all get over.
Why my husband can't do it?
Because that's your calling, baby. I'm good at noticing talent and applying talent.
But yeah, you know, I say no. It's not good to have opposite sex friends. It's like a dingling in a glass jar in case of emergency break. You don't want the emergency. You watch those? Oh, so okay. I didn't know you, T-Berry. But you know, but always share them if you get a chance. Show you, T-Berry. You say you off of Facebook right now.
Oh, but you would watch them on YouTube. You can send them to people too. I think on YouTube.
You can send them to people.
Email them. You can
all that stuff. So
yeah.
We have our Black Love channels, Black Love United. Everything we do is Black Love United.
I would implore you after you watch a YouTube video, just send it to one of your friends. You never know who can be in need of that word. Yeah.
Well, we talked about a lot of things. We've had a lot of good conversations and things that people say have helped them. We get our topics from you guys, and you know, this is something that God told us to do. So somebody somewhere needs to hear it. And you know, like tonight on Facebook, I think it's like right now we have like 16, and on Instagram it keeps going in now. But I mean, you know, like numbers keep going like 5, 6. But you know, I go back and the video that didn't have but 16 people, it have like 3,000-4,000 views, sometimes up to 7,000 views. So there's a message for everyone if you want it. And when you're in those hard times, that's when you search out stuff that's going to help you. But you know, there's a lot of married couples out there that teach on marriage, but everybody's not as practical and tell you their issues and what things they've been through. And that's what you need to hear, that somebody else been there, done that, and they made it through.
And you can make it too. Well, tell your husband we appreciate him participating too, T-Berry.
Well, she said I send them to my husband and his friends. I'm so happy my husband is participating tonight. Your husband's in here tonight? Shut up now.
Do we have a video on curfew? Should your spouse have a curfew?
Well, see, now are you trying to be a wife or a drill sergeant?
Oh, I guess her husband is on here too.
Okay, now you say, do you have we talked about it. We talked about it.
Well, it wasn't specifically on curfew, but that's something that has to be worked out.
I think that was with trust and stuff too, though, right?
Right.
And you know, it's not about.
Yeah, it's not about telling your spouse what to do, but it's about being considerate of the other person and taking into consideration their feelings. Like, if I know that coming in late is going to cause a problem and upset my wife, then why would I do it? Well, I mean, what's out there that's so important that you jeopardize your home? I'm not saying you can't hang out, but, you know, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you know.
Right.
That's a bit much.
But then the other part of it is that a man does not, like my husband said that part of why he loved me was my motherly instincts. But he didn't want another mother.
Right. No man does.
Yeah, and you know, no man wants a mother that's going to be telling him what to do, what not to do, you know, things of that nature. So you got to be careful that you don't become his mother, because then he starts to resent you. You know, like, you're like, I'm a grown man. And then they start to rebel or buck more. So when you guys become intimate, you know, spending time together, learning each other, you know, he might not know that, like I said, with my brother dying, that if I met a guy, if I wasn't married to Cedric, I met a guy, and I told him that when he doesn't answer, I assume that something bad happened to him, then, you know, he would understand that because of what I told him. But so often all they get is the reaction, and they don't know why you're reacting the way you do, or why you're acting the way you are. Why she acting out? Just like with kids. Kids can act out in school, and they can have something going. Families be getting divorced at home. They could have, you know, different things going on, and if you don't get to what the root of the problem is, you know, kids will act out for attention. Period. And truth be told, men do too. They act out for attention.
Well, not just attention, but it's about approach. Because if you're a man, you don't want your wife telling you what to do. You talk and have a conversation like adults. Like you said, you're not my mom. You don't tell me, well, you're not going to do this and you're not going to do that. Well, if you tell me that,
he gonna do the opposite.
I'm gonna do the exact opposite.
And that's right now. That's today.
I'm a grown man, dog.
That's right now today. And like sometimes I'll say something. I say, Ced, you can do this. I can do that. And in my mind, I'm trying to figure out how we can get all the stuff we need to get done. And then he be like, okay, so are you asking me or are you telling me? And when he say that, that's my warning to say I'm asking you. Because if I say telling you, he's not gonna do it. He ain't gonna say he ain't gonna do it. He's just not gonna do it.
Oh, Joseph is T-Bear husband. Okay, what's up, Joseph?
Hey,
Appreciate
Joseph. You. Lord Jesus. Lord. I want you and her to both take the love language test.
Right.
Because it is vital to know what your spouse's love language is. Because I used to, do certain things for him that I thought that I would like, and it didn't affect him. And I was thinking, like, he tripping. I did this, I did that, I did this. And it wasn't until we ended up taking that test and I realized, like, his stuff was gifts. Now, I mean, it wasn't his spending, but he, like, now I like thoughtful stuff, but I like, if you're going to buy me a gift, don't go spend no crazy money. I like stuff that let me know you know me. Like, some people say gift cards are inappropriate, or they're what they say, generic or something like that.
Yeah. But
I like a gift card. I like a gift card to somewhere that I like. I like a gift card to somewhere I can use on me.
You like handwritten notes?
Like, I'm not the biggest fan of cards. I want you to write me a card. I want to know that you took some time and effort to think about me. So you can't just...
But that's after you already got the super crazy special stuff.
Why Joseph telling me no English? So, Joseph, you said no English?
They got it in Spanish, too. Don't worry.
Yeah, what you need?
Say habla español.
Mm-hmm. What you need? Where is the love language test?
There's going to be a link in the description.
Yeah, I'm actually going to, let me see if I can move this.
They always say that on YouTube, so that's why.
You know what? I can't deal with you.
Yeah, I'm getting my technology on, y'all.
He trying to learn, y'all.
I know. Check my shirt out. Ced Angie, you see it.
I'm trying to put the test in there. But I'm telling y'all, it's very important that you know your spouse's love language. Because people often tell you, well, me and my husband did this, or me and my family did this. But what works for your husband will not work for somebody else. And we often forget that. We like,
Say she like gift cards.
How do you take the love language test? Is it on your YouTube? No, because we were just talking about it tonight. But I'm actually going to try to see if I can.
Can I put it and embed it in something?
This boy said in something.
Yes.
Now, why is he saying in something like he know?
I got faith in my spouse. I am supporting her with words of affirmation, physical touch, and quality time.
Look, she's talking about I am. Really, T-Bear? I am. Oh, you did inbox about the T-shirts. T-Bear, there's a lot of stuff going on. I got a lot of different things.
We're going to get it to you. This is the Ced Angie version. I had the Black Love version on the other day.
But, I mean, just take some time. I recommend that you spend some time with each other, getting to know one another, and not just surface. Sometimes when you by yourself, when you guys are together, say couples bowling Saturday evening, y'all going? Is what you're saying?
Right. You inviting us? That's what we doing?
Where y'all at, T-Bear? Y'all in Orlando?
Y'all inviting us? What we doing?
We supposed to be somewhere else, but hey,
get it popping.
Like, we like couples events. Y'all can invite us. We like couples events.
All right, we'll come. We chill. We're not gonna take over.
No, it's so funny because last time we went to something, they was like, we want to hear some words from Ced Angie. We was like, no, you don't.
No,
no, you don't.
No. All that.
We came to be a part and partake.
Yeah, that's it.
So where is it? Oh, it's there in Orlando. So where the couple bowling at?
I know.
Where's the info?
Inbox us that. Catch me in the inbox. How about that?
Catch me in the inbox. How about that? That's what the little girl said on Dr. Phil, whatever her name is.
She got another fight recently.
Yeah, they beat her butt.
No, another one. Not the car thing. She was in a bar
So
or something.
I'm trying to get to it to put the link on there, but It's in. What you laughing at?
Cause you looking like me, confused.
Cause it's not working right. Catch me out, catch out, couple. So, but I really want you to why is it not doing right?
Can you type it in the comments?
No, because it's a website, but I was trying to post it. Oh, it's just this page is loading slow, so that's what I was doing.
Okay. She gonna post it in the description, so you can go on there.
Not the description. He's saying the wrong thing. But we gonna act like
in the comments, in the something. It's gonna be on the page somewhere. Just look around.
Isn't he amazing?
Look around. Look around.
See this. I think this version of thing need to be updated because it's not doing right.
Well, why you ain't updated, honey? I mean, update it? Yeah, let me see. I'll update it for you.
Catch me outside. How about it?
Yeah, want me to post it? I'll post something.
No. So anyway, T-Bear planning it. Well, T-Bear, you better give us some information. Yes, we love to partake and have fun and
also,
be with other
couples. Be doing
couples.
some couple stuff too. And y'all can send us some ideas about things that you like to do as well, because we're gonna do some more couples things.
And he gonna actually plan it.
I'm gonna plan them all. We're gonna have a 3-legged race in the middle of I-4.
That boy said in the middle of iPhone, help him Jesus. Anyway, guys, I'm trying to. This is not working. However,
you can't do it on the computer. The computer.
I probably could, but I gotta find the website on the computer. It's not. There's multiple ones. I'm gonna post it in this video, and I'll post it on. But see, if I post it on Instagram, it's gonna go away.
How you do it on Facebook?
Let me see what website this is, y'all. I'm trying to fix it, Lord, but it ain't working.
Fix Jesus.
Okay, I think I might can get it now. All right, I'm trying to help before y'all get out of here. But yes, so to sum up our love language thing, baby. Please and thank you.
Some of the love languages. First one was words of affirmation. Second was, I forget what the second was. Acts of service. Gifts was the third one. Fourth was quality time. And the last one was, what was the last one? Physical touch.
So do you know which one you are?
So,
and you can be multiple ones.
You have one that you'll be the strongest in and parts of other ones. But find out which one you are and which one your spouse is, and cater to that.
But chances are you will know what your spouse's is. I'm trying to hold this website. When
I mean, hold it.
Yeah. Chances are you will know what your spouse's is when.
Look at that teamwork.
Is that what it is, baby?
Teamwork.
Okay, so it's gonna try to get you to buy something.
Say no.
But you don't have to buy it. It has it just they have a book and stuff too. But this is one you can take the test with. I'm gonna find out how to do it on. I'm gonna do it on my phone when it's over. So I'll inbox you, T-Berry.
Inbox what? But somebody else asked for it too.
Okay, so if you're on Facebook, I can post it on the page.
I think they were both. Well, one person on Facebook and 2 on Instagram.
Well, if you want on Instagram, you're going to inbox me because the Instagram live goes away as soon as we're done. So that's what sucks. So I'm going to comment it right here. Why'd you bite me, son?
You say biting you? I ain't bite you. What you talking about?
Okay, so there's a link, guys. You see it on
Instagram.
No, on Facebook, honey.
This is Facebook, right, ain't it?
No, this is Facebook.
Oh. No, because she don't have Facebook.
I know, so that's Instagram is what I just said.
Oh.
This is Facebook. All right, guys. It was a good night. I so appreciate Mr. Joseph joining us. I hope that you join us again.
Oh, he got it.
T-Berry, I already sent it to your boo, but I'm going to send it. Oh, okay. So you guys take it. This one is a little bit longer, and it gives you a different result. What this one does is it gives you like some of the tests you can take, there's multiple tests you can take. But this particular one gives you your strongest number to your weakest. Like, what's the most important to you fading down. So, you know, you'll get to know a little more. And like I say, there's other tests you can take that say, okay, you're more than one. But the one they're having there, I think I like that better because it tells you, it put a value.
Pamela say what? Here, first time, Lawton, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Okay.
Pamela, we again.
Valerie said, how did she get her husband? He doesn't know what hers is. But you don't have to get him to read the book. Just have him get him to take the test.
No, just take the test. And then there's a summary
right.
that tells you what it is.
And
so then
y'all can talk about it afterwards.
That's time when you're spending time together.
Right.
That's one of the things you can do. Hey, babe, I want to know more about you. I want to know how to be a better wife to you. You know, can we take this love language test and see where we are and to see what we need to do? Because I would love to serve you better, to be better for you. So it's not about, I want you to know how to do better for me. Tell him you want to know how to serve him better and want to be better. The best way to get somebody to do better is you do better. So we're leaving. It's 9:07 and I've been from the gym and I need to go take a shower.
I know, right? It's tough at the gym.
Yeah, you didn't go to the gym. Mm-hmm. So give up something for Lent. Remember to give up something for Lent. If you're joining on the left-hand side, hit share to your Facebook page. Give up something for Lent. Do exercise every 30 minutes every day.
Every day.
I appreciate you guys for joining us. It's been a great conversation, and I look forward to next week.
Just kiss and make up.
Oh, now you got my line.